This is your WW3 news of should say Wednesday evening. Now, regarding the findings of a research of the EU regarding mass immigration out of control has hit an all-time record. 62 million individuals since 2010 in the European continent, and it's growing. The latest news regarding this phenomenon is the Spanish government, the socialist government, giving an amnesty to illegals to have official documents. This is not the way to resolve this type of problem. They are illegals, and therefore it should be tackled in a more severe way, you should say. For starters, you can start making it a lot more easier, the procedure of expulsion if they have no title to remain in that European territory, or they commit criminal offences as well. Instead of keeping them in prison, automatic expulsion. If you come again, you'll be arrested. Make you serve some prison time, 5 to 10 years, hard labour. That's one of the solutions you can adopt. 2, illegals are attracted due to the generous welfare system of those particular nations, Germany, United Kingdom, and other member states of Europe. Start cutting that, the right to claim so-called political asylum or whatever it is. 95% of them are economical immigrants who thought it was a more easy way to fake their so-called status through this way, through this system, which is a fraud. Simple. Do not recognise this status anymore. No more money. No more welfare. No more free services. Which could be a deterrent to discourage these individuals coming over. Because they know for sure, as soon as they arrived in that territory, they're in a safe house. For now. It depends on each government how to tackle it. These centres are in Albania and here and there. It's useless. You deport them. It's simple as that. Also, the phenomenon of baby gangs in some European states. Here in Italy, Marats, mainly North African origin, Middle East as well. Immigrants of second generation, which for some reason they do not integrate, because these type of ethnic minorities, they tend to gather in big groups in ghettos, and how's it possible for them to integrate if they are always with their fellow countrymen in ghettos, speaking only that language? Not even one word of the language of that country they're hosted in. And obviously, regarding the type of life they live, like I said, they live off the welfare. Only 10% of immigrants actually work. 90%, they live off the dole. And obviously, law and order problems which they create. They commit certain criminal offences, serious ones. They're always drunk. You'll find them in establishments which serves alcohol. Problem grooming gangs. Another type of violence as well in society. They're probably even responsible for certain crimes like theft or illegal traffic of drugs, for starters, which most illegals get themselves sooner or later involved, because you're an illegal You have no right to stay in that country, and no one's going to give you a job unless you want to be exploited as slave labour, which in some cases does happen. We have to use common sense, logic, and have the courage to do something. The leftists can shout on the top of their heads, racist. It's a social ticking time bomb. It could explode into a civil war between the locals and the illegals. Social uprise, which is one of the motives why in the Republic of Ireland they are protesting. It's not just a dear price of fuel, it's the government. And one of those motives they're protesting is due to illegal immigration. It's out of control. And how citizens are treated a lot more worse than these new arrivals. New arrivals, they get everything, granted everything. It's not right. It's setting a bad example, because things are demanding as soon as you stepped in that country. I want this, I want that, and you start commanding around. It's the wrong way round. You have to earn your way in society in an honest way. Integrate. Contribute to the community instead of living on dole like a parasite on the local taxpayer's pocket. This is the truth. Whether you like it or not, the truth. This is the truth. And the more time passes, the problem is swept underneath the rug, the more worse the situation is going to be in the future. Islamic terrorism. Isn't that enough in the last decades on European soil, in various European countries? Kamikaze attacks, which was unthinkable until 20 years ago before. That's a good reason why. Start putting foot down on this problem. Enough is enough. Who has had enough? Is there enough in the war in the Middle East, creating problems, cost of living going up, and you've got these individuals causing trouble, and so on.